This is going to be interesting today. This is going to be extremely interesting today. You and me start talking right now. It's going to be extremely interesting today. Yep. It's our first time live. So y'all know how it is. We jack up stuff when you're live. You jack it up. You're trying stuff. I see you, Ricardo. What's going on, everybody? Listen, I want everybody to jump in. Tell somebody else to jump in with us as well. Everybody get ready. We're going live today. It's my first time ever doing a live, unscripted podcast feel to it. And so, you know, how they do in church, you know, take all mistakes for love. Y'all just take all mistakes for love. But today going to be a lot of fun, Look, they turn the lights off while we doing this. I mean, just like everything is happening right now. This is unscripted. It really is unscripted. Gabby, can I get my lights back on? So she going to turn my lights back on in a second. Like, you see this kind of staff we got around here? Yep, this is what's happening today. Yep, so just take all mistakes for love. You know, people used to say that when they can't sing and they get up and they know they can't sing, but they was called because they're like the best singer in the church, but a better singer is there. So they get up and say, take all mistakes for love. And what they really mean is, I really can't sing, but y'all clap for me anyway. Well, today we are live. I'm excited. I'm interested in what's going to take place. Some great things about to happen. And listen, I want y'all to get prepared. So again, real quick, share this real quick with somebody else. Tell them jump in, because we're gonna jump into some heavy topics today. It may be some topics y'all don't like about me. I'm gonna give y'all my unscripted opinion today, because we got a whole lot to talk about, a little time to do it, because this has been a phenomenal year. 2021, regardless of the challenges, the ups, the downs, it still has been a great year. And I want to try to talk about it all in a short span of time. All right, so we're going to talk about 2021, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, the challenges, the sacrifices, because anytime you have something good, you're going to have something that you got to go through. Say it again. Anytime you have something good, you're going to always have something you got to go through. And so the truth is, we got some things that we had to go through, but hey, we are on New Year's Eve, the day before the 1st of January. Yep, so the crossover, transition, the celebration, watch night, whatever you want to call it, we there right now, we there. And so no matter what you've been through, in the words of Antoine Cooks, you have survived 100% of everything you had to go through. And so today I'm really excited, because I want to kick off today giving y'all my top 10 tunes. My top 10 tunes. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do like a song association, okay? So I need you to identify the song, all right? This is what we're going to do. I want you to identify the song. These are my top 10 songs. Not of 2021. These are my top 10 songs of my life, okay? And so when I sing the tune, some I'm going to sing, some I'm going to hum, because I don't know the words to everything. Yep, I don't know the words to everything. But some of them I'm going to sing, some of them I'm going to tune, I'm going to hum. When I do so, put it in the tagline, what it is. Let's see if you can catch on to what we got going on. First one. Don't you know from beginning to end, 365 days of the year. All I wanna do, share my life with you. What song is that? Let me see, y'all. Who got it? One of my favorite artists. Anybody got it yet? Nobody got it yet?
It's gonna be a little delayed.
It's gonna be a little delayed. I got you.
You also said the song title in the
Yeah,
song.
that's why I looked at you like that.
No, I didn't. I said, don't you know from beginning to end, 365 days of the year. We good? All right. So what song is that, y'all? Cause y'all gonna be my studio audience right now.
Anita Baker.
Nita Baker.
You know it's Anita.
But that's her. That's the artist. Who is the song?
Same old love.
Same old love.
Same old love. You got it?
Got it.
Got it. Okay. Next song. Okay. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, all separate me from your love. There is so much more.
Fighting.
What fighting for? Brian Courtney Wilson.
Fighting for who's that?
Brian Courtney Wilson.
Brian Courtney Wilson.
Okay.
See, y'all didn't know that, huh?
Yeah, yes. I don't know what tune Mo came in with, but we got it. All right, here it is. Bra, dum, ba, da, da, ba, ba. Away for a day.
Make addition.
Big condition. What song though?
We need more.
You said me swinging.
There it is. Save me. Blah, bum, bum, spat, bum, bum, swinging on you. All right, next one. Okay. One of my favorite singers right here. One of my favorite singers here. When Sunday comes, trouble gone, and soon as it gets here, I'll have a new.
When Sunday comes.
Sing!
Daryl Coley.
Now, Cody.
They don't know who it is.
Who's the artist though? Who's the artist? Y'all don't know the artist?
I just said
Daryl
Daryl Coley.
Coley?
But he's singing on somebody's album.
Carl Pearson.
No.
Absolutely not.
Walter Hawkins.
Absolutely not.
James Cleveland.
Absolutely not.
Is it James Moore?
Absolutely
No, I
not.
can't remember what.
Come on, the greatest producer of all times. Gospel music.
Oh, Walter Hawkins.
Absolutely
No,
not.
Ricky Dillard.
Absolutely not.
Ricky Dillard.
That's what they call the rest of the
Andre
gospel
Crouch.
artists. Absolutely not.
Okay. Who?
Y'all want to call all the gospel artists?
Yes.
Because y'all want to call every male gospel artist.
Richard Smallwood.
Absolutely not.
No. That's
The greatest
back in the day.
gospel producer of all times.
You talking about Andre Crouch?
Donald
Oh.
No.
Mark Franklin.
No.
No.
Donna Lawrence.
That's what I said.
You did not say
I
Donna
said
Lawrence.
Donald
I
You
was
did
Lawrence.
not
saying
say
that.
Y'all some
Oh,
liars.
I said Donnie McClurkin. I was thinking of Donald Lawrence.
That's
Me
what it
too.
was.
When I said
I didn't know
Ricky
Donald
Dillard, I
Lawrence
was
was
thinking
who-
Donald
Oh, so
Lawrence.
Ricky Dillard, you was thinking Donna Lawrence? At least she had D.
They ain't here laughing.
But you
at
got
us.
R. Okay, next one. Y'all ready? Here it is. Okay.
They said that's a good one. LaVon Adams said when Sunday comes.
Outcast. I knew you would know that one.
Yep.
Because okay.
Outcast.
Outcast. What's the song?
So fresh, so clean.
So fresh and so clean. Okay. So fresh, so clean. There it is. Okay.
What number we on?
We're on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. Number 6.
Number 6.
Tragedies are commonplace. All kind of diseases. People are slipping away. Economy's down.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord. I'm glad you stopped me because I didn't know the rest of the words.
I think
As for me, all I can say, y'all sing, come on, is what? Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah. All right, who sings that?
that I
That
never knew
is-
sang that.
That's Walter
Walter
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
That
That's
is
Walter
Walter.
Hawkins. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Y'all done gave Walter Sunday Comes and made him a producer. All right. So that's okay. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yes.
Dum, ba-da-dum.
Okay.
Ooh, dum, 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 dum. You bring me.
Auntie Nita.
Auntie Nita, what's she singing?
Patience.
Absolutely not.
You bring me joy.
bring me joy.
Joy. When I'm what?
When
Down.
I'm
All right, next one. Y'all ready for it? Now this is a good one. Romans, the 8th chapter, verse number 28 says, and we know that all things work together
I don't know this one at
for the good.
Who sang this?
Everything works
Mo said that song not on iTunes.
Oh, you know who that is?
Mississippi Mass Choir.
Yes. James Fortune.
Absolutely not.
James Fortune.
Absolutely
You're fired.
not.
J.J. Harrison.
Absolutely
Keep
not.
Keep
singing,
singing
keep
it.
singing.
Keep singing it.
Okay. Once again, two laps, the Lord, and He's growing me, growing.
The Clark Sisters.
Y'all uncircumcised.
Derek Everett and the Experienced Christians.
Bam!
Who's the lady that sang on it though?
Who sung on it? What's her name?
Tweet. No.
You said Tweet?
No, her name is something.
Oh, that's
Punch.
Yes.
This is Punch.
Miss Punch.
This one.
Fruit Punch.
Punch
What?
Baldwin.
Punch Baldwin. Thank you so much.
Punch Baldwin.
All right. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Got two more left.
Lord, y'all funny.
Boom, dum, 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 ba, dum, 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 ba, dum, 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 boom, boom. Ba, dum, 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 ba, dum, ba, dum, dum,
You the only one that know
yeah.
the words.
Dum, 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 ba, dum, dum. Living my life like.
That is not that
no,
song.
man.
Right.
It's the bass line to the song.
You the only one that know bass line.
Ozzy? Did you have no
Ozzy
bass
don't
line?
know.
Here we go. Ba, dum, bum, dum, dum. Well, dum, 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 dum,
How you sing?
Boom, dum,
Jill Scott.
dum,
Whenever I'm there,
dum, dum, dum,
taking my
dum,
freedom.
dum, ba, dum, dum, dum,
Something like that.
dum, dum. So whose song is that?
Jill
Jill
Scott.
Scott.
Let's go.
Live My Life Like It's Golden. Who sings it?
I said Jill Scott.
Missionary Jill Scott.
It is golden.
All right, Golden.
Golden.
All right, last one. Bum, bum, dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Bum, ba, dum, ba, dum, bum, bum, bum. Oh my God!
Hey.
Oh my God! Excuse me, Dougie and Fresh.
Yes.
You never seen?
With brothers on mic. Too many times it don't come out right. It's
Yeah.
right. It's never right. That's not polite.
Go.
Am I lying? No, you're quite right. 'Cause tonight, on this very night, you're about to hear
Go.
what's sweat.
The best rock
rappers of the year.
So.
Terry knows.
Yeah.
Say
Go.
hello. Now you know if you didn't know, this is called a show.
Dum-a-dum-a-dum, 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 dum-a-dum-a-dum. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum, here we go. What song is that?
Dougie Fresh.
The show.
Dougie Fresh, the show. Top 10 of the year forever.
Top 10.
Listen, you don't want to miss out on listening. If you don't have those songs in your repertoire, that's the old school pastor freaking. If you don't have those songs in your repertoire, you got to go out and listen because there's some great music. It lifts you no matter what you're going through. So everybody make sure y'all check that out. So next thing, let's move on. Not only are we talking about good songs, I also want to tell you about 5 recommended books that I have for you for next year. 5 recommended books, all right? The first book, and I want you to tag people in the book that you see, tag a name. We're going to select somebody to bless with all 5 books. We're going to bless somebody with all 5 books as well. The first book is the best book. Well, it's the second best book. It's called The Process. This book is by none other than Derek L. McRae. That's me, The Process. If you have not gotten that book yet, don't. All right, I'm gonna call you out on social media. Y'all trying to go with me, okay? And so, if you have not gotten The Process book, go out and get it. It's really talking about how to walk through and navigate some of the most challenging seasons of your life to encourage you to know that God is still with you. So, The Process. The second book that I am recommending is my mentor himself, Bishop Joseph Warren Walker III. This is a great book called No Opportunities Wasted. No Opportunity Wasted. This book really talks about the art of execution, talking about how you can look for an opportunity to grow no matter what is happening in your life. Phenomenal author, great leader, so make sure you catch No Opportunity Wasted. The third book, listen, this is a lovely lady who's doing some great work as well. Dr. Shirley Davis. This book is called Living Beyond What If. Living Beyond What If. You can actually catch this book at all of your local Hudson newsstands and the airports. It's all over the place. Go find her. Google her. She's a phenomenal motivational speaker. But not only that, but she's also a great author. Really nice woman as well. Forewords is by none other than Les Brown. So Les Brown also gave the forewords for this. So living beyond what if. Some of y'all need to learn how to live beyond a theory and actually get into your real thoughts taking place. Living beyond what if. Fourth book, I think this is a great read as well. This is Bruce Wilkinson, You Were Born for This. Talking about 7 keys to a life of predictable miracles. Some things are literally systematically set up for you. The Lord has already put some things in place for you to have, for you to succeed in. You were born for this, so I want you to go out and check out this book as well. I think it really will bless you. And then last but not least, the best book of them all. Go out and get yourself a Bible. Go get a word. Listen to me. You don't need advice from people as much when you have the word of God on the inside of you. Go out and get the word. Every trial, tribulation, every situation, everything we've ever gone through is all listed in that book, and it is there and available for you to literally see how to navigate through whatever challenges come your way. God would not have us to be ignorant concerning the directions and the things that he has set for us, but we have to hide his word in our heart. Let's begin to read the book in the new year. New year, let's read the book. If we read the Bible, I'm telling you right now, every problem that you have will be answered through the word of God. Don't read all the self-help books and not read the Bible. All right. Any good self-help book is literally based out of the theories and the concepts of the Bible anyway. So let's read them both together. So those are my 5 recommended books. Make sure that you're tagging people in there. I want to bless somebody with all 5. I'm going to bless somebody with the process. We're going to bless somebody with no opportunity wasted. We're going to bless somebody with living beyond the what if. We're going to bless somebody with you were born for this. And of course, we're going to bless somebody with the Holy Word. We're going to bless somebody with the Bible. So make sure you tag those names in there. I want to bless somebody. I think these are some great readings for the new year that will really help you navigate through. All of these are also available on all your social reading devices. You can find them on your platforms, Amazon, Kindle. You can find all these devices there to be read as well. And shout out to all these amazing authors. I think that you all have done a phenomenal job. These books are helping me. I'm going to be teaching one of these books this year as well, going into the new year. So I want you all to make sure that you tap into your reading as well this year. Now, let's dive into this little discussion. Okay, so let's have a little discussion real quick. If you have not shared this yet today, share it with somebody right now. Tell them to jump on. I want to dive into a real discussion that may get a little spicy. A real discussion that may get a little spicy, but I think it's something that's really, really necessary for us. We're preparing ourselves to go into 2022. Preparing ourselves to go into 2022. And as we're preparing ourselves to go into this new year, we got a lot of good things that we are expecting. It's natural for you to come to the end of a year and want so much better than what you did last year. I look at New Year as the same thing as we do when we look at birthdays and anniversaries. Those are moments of reflection that we look over the previous year of our life to decide what can we do better, and we set goals. Nothing wrong with you having New Year's resolutions as long as you stick to them. Let me say that again. As long as you stick to them, nothing wrong with having New Year's resolutions. The problem is many of us get into them and we quit. We don't have anything to back the desire, and that becomes our failure with resolutions. So I'm challenging everybody to make sure that you go out. Let's do the New Year's resolutions. Let's get involved. Let's get connected. But let's stay committed to the pledges and the promises we make. So I want to talk to you today about positive investments. Positive investments. Now, before you turn it off, we're not talking finances only. I do believe that there are some positive investments that we all need to get into. One of my big soapboxes right now is I'm asking everybody of color, all my African American brothers and sisters, all my Creoles, all my Haitian descendants, all my Jamaican brothers and sisters, all my Trinidadians, all my Caribbean brothers and sisters, asking all of us to please go and purchase life insurance. Let's go purchase life insurance. So that's something that's big for me. But my discussion is not about life insurance, because I want to make sure that the generation after us never has to suffer like we had to. So let's leave them enough to have a choice and a chance to make something of their lives. All right? Because the platform is much easier to accomplish when we got something to stand on. So I'm asking you to go out. Life insurance policies. If you need some life insurance policies, I got some insurance agents that I can recommend for you right now. I promise you, I can recommend some life insurance agents for you. If you need some directionals for life insurance agents, just inbox me. Please just inbox me, and I'll make sure that I get the information to you about who it is that I'm recommending for life insurance policies. All right. Also, find your financial planner this year. Get you somebody that help you. And hear this: you don't need $1 million to get a financial planner. You need somebody that's going to help you get to $1 million. That's what financial planners do. Most of us, we wait till we get a lump sum of money to try to find a financial planner. And the truth is, we just need to find somebody now and go and get involved, and then let them help us build a portfolio. So Two things that I really want you to start making a pledge to this year. That you're going to get life insurance and that you're going to find a financial planner this year. If you need a financial planner, I got one. I've had mine for about 12 years now. Phenomenal. He's really done some great stuff for me financially. Has led me some great ways. And sometimes when you seek success, it's not because people are so good. It's because people have been so purposeful in how they're going to allocate their monies. All right? So don't hate, learn their plan, and participate with them. So, but this discussion today has nothing to do with finances. I want to talk about positive investments. Here's something I wrote down. I wrote this down. We have desires, but what's our developments? We got desires, but what's our developments? When we start thinking about 2022, what we want to accomplish, what we want to become, the question becomes, what are we investing in us that actually pulls what we see into reality? Because a lot of us fail because of the fact that we don't put the right stuff in, but then we want the right stuff to come out. I could use that real good because I could really go to food on that one. Like, you can't eat a bunch of McDonald's and expect to have a healthy life. Sorry, McDonald's, please don't cancel me. But you can't eat Mickey D's every day and expect to be healthy. You can't drink soda every day and expect to lose weight. The two just don't work together. You got to make some choices. And so a lot of us have this desire, but we don't have the right developments. I want to talk about that today because when I look at our culture, man, there's a lot of stuff going on around us in our culture. And I keep hearing so much about our generation, our population, especially our culture, wanting to get the bag. We want to be successful. We want to lay things up for our kids. We want to really venture into entrepreneurship. We want to become top CEOs. We want to be the creatives. But some of the things that I see is our developments don't match our desires. Our developments don't match our desires. And so we got to start putting the right stuff in, surrounding ourselves with the right people too. Because some of us want to be bigger than our circles. I'm going to say that again. Some of us want to be bigger than our circles. My recommendation is don't work to be bigger than your circle. Let your circle be bigger than you. This year, pledge that my circle gonna be bigger than me. Meaning that I'm about to I'm gonna thrust myself into circles that make me feel small so I have something to climb for. I wanna be around people that actually can contribute versus people who can entertain me. I don't wanna be connected to people that just friends. Friends has gotten me nowhere. For a lot of us, friends have not taken us forward. Just the truth. There are no benefits in our friends, some of our friends. Nothing more than a good time. But after a good time, then you go back to the house and you land in your bed and you stress because you don't feel any momentum or any motivation to be better. So you keep having circles and cycles of frustrations because you won't push yourself to the place of having the right people around you. And this will mean for many of us that you got to stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone. You got to get outside of knowing the tea in the business of people that you're around all the time. And put yourself in a position of discovery. I want to discover what you're doing. I want to discover how you're doing it. I want to discover what's your mentality behind this. I want to discover what makes you think and tick. Those type of things are really going to help us. Now, while I'm talking today, the good part about live is you could also drop a comment in my peanut gallery, who's here today. They're going to tell me your comments. And then I get to say something directly towards what you're talking about. So that's a benefit that we have for today in the live feed today. So we're talking about literally surrounding ourselves with people who at moments make us feel ignorant. Now, don't be afraid of the word ignorant, because it just means unlearned. There's some stuff in 2022 that you got to learn. Some stuff that you need to learn in order to be who you desire to become. Some stuff that you got to learn, that you got to humble yourself, man. Like learning is so humbling. I'm gonna say that again. Learning is so humbling. And I believe that's one of the reasons why people don't advance, because we have not mastered the posture of humbling so that we can advance. We want to advance advancing. We want to be smart already. We want to be all-knowing already. We want to be the top of the chain already. But humbling is the process of advancing. Like there's certain rooms I walk into that I don't open my mouth, but I look like a fly on the wall because I'm trying to grasp and learn the concepts of what's happening around us. And so I want to challenge you all, man, let's expand ourselves this year, that we stop knowing everything, that we stop being the stewards and so much, like we so gifted. Like, stop smelling your junk, stop smelling yourself, and start catching on to, it's okay for me to be the least amongst them so I can one day become great with them. The least amongst them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Humble yourself, humble your posture, man. Know that you're in a learning phase. It's good. And if you're really going to be great in life, you will never ever stop being a student. See, there's certain circles you go into that you can be the person who pours into, but then you got to have those circles that you go into that you're literally being poured into. And a lot of us we're too full of ego that we only want to be the pourers, but we don't want to ever be those who actually get poured into. Now here's the thing. Your circles may not be able to do both for you. So you have to be able to multitask, have multiple circles, have some people in one area for you that can help you be poured into. And in those circles, you're quiet. But then have other arenas that you go into where you're depositing, where you're able to be vocal. And it's a good thing to know where you stand and how you should stand where you stand. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not taking anything from you. Let's kill this thing this year called pride. Let's get rid of this pride factor, because some of us are so proud, and that's why we're proud and private. There it is. We're proud and private. We don't want nobody to know our struggles, which means nobody can help us. And we want everybody to think we got it going on so well that some people are intimidated by our presence. So we got that proud and pride thing that's working too strong this year. And you got to know how to not be so proud, but to always be open. One of the things that I pray that God will grace me with for the rest of my life is the posture of humility. Now hear this. The posture of humility does not mean that I lessen myself so those who are not as informed or equipped feels empowered to speak into me. Because everybody don't have a word to speak into you. That's just the truth. Some people have not, like you can't give me constructive criticism when you have not had the character of completion. So you can't give me constructive criticism. Now, for some people, you call them arrogant. Oh, you don't listen to nobody. No, they just don't want to listen to you, because nothing about your life pattern has proven that you're worth listening to. So it means that you may be the person that needs to come into certain circles to gravitate, to hear, to gain from. Where when you have gotten that knowledge, you can go into another circle and then begin to deposit. All right? So know your lanes this year. Know your lanes. If you know your lanes, you're going to be extremely successful. You're going to get to your destinations quickly by simply knowing your lanes. Now, another piece that I'm going to take us into that is very, 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 very touchy, but I think it's very, very necessary for the discussion. And that is, as we're talking about personal investments, I keep looking at televisions and I keep seeing how people keep using TV, especially to the black community, so much. They listen to TV so much to give directions to us. So much. Black folks, we love some entertainment. I mean, like, we love it. We're some of the greatest entertainers in the world, no doubt about it. From singing to athletic, to poetry, to artists. We are very, 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 very gifted for entertainment. And the thing that we are so good at sometimes is used against us. And that's something that I found. Now here, I'm going into this piece for us. I'm very troubled by the way media is shaping the narrative for our future black people. I'm very challenged by that, because as we're going into personal investments and we're talking about this personal investment piece and we're talking about next year, the question is, like, some of us have thoughts and concerns about our future that we didn't grow up in, but has been deposited into us. And now we're feeling a little taken back by it. And so I've been doing some researching and looking through some stuff. And one of the things that I'm really concerned about is just the entertainment that we're allowing ourselves to be subject to. And I look at especially, let's go backwards. Okay, so y'all remember back in the day when we had, when media was really working hard to paint bad pictures about black men, we start seeing a lot of stuff like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Societies. We start seeing a lot of things about lockups. We start seeing a lot of things about black men and just painting them not to be good fathers. And the more that the media kept painting that to us, the more we start seeing those results actually take place. So we start seeing more about black men get locked up. We start seeing more about black men killing each other. We start seeing a lot of things that were very alarming and very detrimental to our community. And now we have this shortage. So I grew up in a time where it seemed to be like, man, it was a lot of girls, but it also seemed like, man, it was hard to find a girl back in the day. It was hard to find a girl back in the day because I remember when girls was turning down guys. Okay, yeah, so I remember when like you go to the party, you go to the club, whatever, and you walk in the room and you be standing against the wall and you finally get your nerves up to go to a girl and be like, hey, so you want to dance? And she be like, no, I'm good. Or she be like, nope, I got a boyfriend. I remember that day. That day ain't that ain't here no more. This is a time where it's like jokers who ain't ever been nothing and don't have nothing going for them got a waiting list today for women. And so I'm sitting here saying, how did this switch? What changed about this? And the truth is, media was effective. Okay, let's go further back. When we begin to think about inspirational black shows, basically about three come to mind. Real strong, staple, inspirational black shows. Number one of all times, inspirational, The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show is inspirational. It showed what a black family could be. A successful, educated, well-equipped and positioned family could be. It showed a husband and a wife in a house, both with great occupations. One is a lawyer, one is a doctor. High expectations. All of our kids are going to college. It showed what America would call the model family. All right, Cosby Show. That's the best inspirational show of all times. Secondly, we find that the second best show, in my opinion, is Different World. Different World. Why? It showed black boys and girls going off to school. I'm even reminded of Ron, whose father had his own company he owned. And Ron didn't have to do nothing but go to school and go back and run dad's company. I'm looking at Dwayne and Whitley, and everybody fell in love with the love affair that took place when they finally got together. He walked in at that wedding and literally messed up that man's wedding. Man, look at that. Listen, Dwayne, nowadays you get your behind whipped by that kind of stuff. But, it was very inspirational to see how black love came together. And it gave a lot of us, oh, that's what I want. Girls were saying, I want to be like a Whitley. Because she had high standards. She got what she wanted. She had pure love. She wasn't slutty. She wasn't revealing her body. None of that stuff was happening with her. But it was literally, that's my phone.
That was your wife?
Oh, okay. Can somebody text her and let her know that I'm on live feed right now?
She not watching.
Doing my thing. You gotta tell her to get on live feed and watch the live feed because I'm up here talking to these people and she's not even watching me. She ain't supporting me. All right. And so, but that whole thing, that was a movement that took place. When you're looking at Whitley, and you're looking at Dwayne, you're looking at Jalecia, and you're looking at, just all these great accomplishments. The other one that I really get to you is Girlfriends. Girlfriends back then was positive. It looked good to see these black women doing their thing, successful, living well, not thirsty, not hungry, but living well. It was a good look to the entire program. Even living single was a good look back in the day. These were good-looking things that portray black people well. Now, let's turn that curve. When I look at stuff today, and I'm bringing the peanut gallery in on this now. When I look at stuff today, it's a different appearance. When I look at stuff, I saw something the other day, just a snippet of it. What is it called? Raising Tampa or Selling Tampa?
Selling Tampa.
Selling Tampa? Y'all seen that show?
Yeah,
And Selling Tampa is something different. I know a few people that's in Selling Tampa. So I'm like, okay. Matter of fact, one of them joined the church.
Join the church.
Yeah, I saw her. I was like, oh, okay, Selling Tampa. I see you selling.
They sold nothing.
But I'm looking at these shows, and it seems like the dominating show, and y'all help me if I'm wrong. The dominating show today seems to be women.
Okay.
Black women coming together. It seems to be the dominating shows in the African American community.
Okay.
Black women. I'm looking at like Sisters.
All the Real Housewives franchises.
All the Real Housewives franchises. I'm looking at Harlem. That's kind of out there right now. Insecure. I'm looking at what else? Some black women shows that are sitting out there.
Self-Made. That was a good series on Netflix for a while.
Love and Hip Hop was kind of mixed, but it's majority women when you think of those.
Basketball Wives.
Yeah, those
Yep.
type of shows.
So, but when I look at these, I keep seeing a negative perspective of black women. I see, okay, let me give you my characters and I'll let you go. I see high drama. I see thirsty behaviors. I see a necessity of men. I see very loose character, almost as negative billboards for selling themselves to gain men fellowship. And I don't see any pledges or promises from men.
What do you mean by that?
I don't see any commitments coming to these ladies
Oh, right.
out of a result of the presentations they're putting up for the men. And it seems, and here's where it's really challenging for me. When I look at white TV shows, I still see them painting white women to be good mothers, good wives,
Wholesome.
But I don't see that in what I'm looking at as it relates to the media working to paint black women. Talk to me.
I think for one, the drama that you see and the stuff that you said is what sells. That's what people want to see. I think right now, folks, I don't want to say we don't want to see positive stuff, because I feel like with Insecure, for one, since I'm sad about that leaving, it was relatable content. So we had the highs, we had the lows, but we also saw the happiness. But when it comes down to Basketball Wives, because I thought Selling Tampa was going to be different as well. I thought it was going to be more about women coming together. We're selling these houses, but about the second episode, it was drama. But I just feel like for television alone, that's what sells. That's what, unfortunately, majority of the world want to see. They like the drama part of it. No one's really, the kumbaya stuff isn't going to sell.
And I think for every good positive show, like a Blackish, I think they did a good job of portraying the mom as a high-powered doctor. Each of the authorities in the household had some type of well-paying job. They tried to instill characters and morals in the kids. Like, it was a good, wholesome show. And it talked about issues that were pertinent in our community.
But again, is their last season is now? Or
Yeah, I mean, they made it through 8 seasons. But for every good show, there's 6 other ones countering all of the positivity that they instilled. And so, and the thing about this is, when now that everything is streaming and you can watch an entire season on Netflix of something, and then that becomes the entire conversation for how many months.
Yeah.
Versus a one episode that you have to wait until the next week to come out because it's on ABC.
And see, my piece that I'm saying with it all is, when you're doing media, it's saying
And
something.
we have comments in the gallery too.
All right, go for it. Let me hear some of the comments.
So we have someone saying there aren't enough Christian writers for shows, and we need more Christianity in the arts.
I like that. More Christianity in the arts. Here's what I don't like, though. One of the problems that we have is there is a growing population of African American black people or black descent really coming against Christianity.
Okay.
So that's happening strong. So there's a very strong tug of war within our community, whether we're going to believe in God or believe in the structure of Christianity,
Or just be spiritual.
or if we're gonna just be spiritual, which I don't understand what your spiritual is. I'm lost on that one. But there's a growing thing there. So, and here's the other piece of that. I've learned that Christians don't necessarily support Christian stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
So you say y'all don't?
Cause y'all don't like Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Nobody like Tyler Perry stuff.
Okay.
Hold on,
we can
hold
talk
on,
about
hold on,
that.
hold on,
Hold on. We can talk
hold on.
about Tyler Perry now.
Okay, my truth.
Be careful.
Be careful.
I'm gonna be careful.
Be careful.
I like Tyler Perry. I just think that the actors are very low grade.
That's another subject for another day.
It is. But I love what Tyler Perry does. I was a huge Madea fan. I know some of the church world was really upset about a man in a dress and all that kind of stuff. And screw it. It was entertainment. I thought it was funny. It was lifting. It was nothing negative, and Tyler always gave a positive message at the end of every play. So I like that. My piece with Tyler Perry is, I still want a certain level of quality
Right.
in what I watch. So it's
think-
not about him, it's just the level of quality that I still want.
Okay. We can leave that there.
We gonna leave that there?
We'll come back for another day.
Okay, because I think that
But even his content has changed though, because his stuff isn't as wholesome or as
it isn't.
positive as it used to be. You look at some of them shows, Sisters and the Oval Office and all of those
But
shows.
then you have to. He has a balance because then you still have Meet the Browns. Ain't nobody watching Meet the Browns.
I do. I love Carr.
Yeah, no, what's the other show? The Pains.
The Pain.
I love the Pains.
That show's good.
And then the living assistant one. So he has balance.
But then they got stuff like Oval.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the other one that they have where everybody got the hoods on the heels?
Right. That's
Does he write that
show.
one?
Yes, he wrote that show.
That cult one?
The Coke show.
Man, I watched that one night. My skin got
It's so demonic.
clammy. I was like, ugh, there's something wrong with this. When that man brought that lady in there, like, okay, y'all, teach her. I was like, what is this? I literally had to turn it off. I feel like my grandmama, because my grandma can't listen to anything that has cursing in it. If it has cussing in it, my grandma, ooh, Jesus, woo. My grandma start itching. If it got cuss words in it, y'all know my grandma. If it got cuss words in it, my grandma start itching. Ooh, Jesus, ooh. She get quiet, everything, But, okay, all right, next.
But he doesn't have a brand anymore. I think there's not. The only thing we can attribute to Tyler Perry now is bad acting. Like at first, you could attribute the Madea, you could attribute the whole family, you could attribute
We're not
a
gonna say
gospel
bad
message
acting.
through the movies.
We're
What
gonna
gonna
say
say?
beginning acting.
Beginning acting.
So let's not say bad because he's giving people a platform. But again,
I like that.
That's why I didn't
I
want
like
to
the
go
platform.
off on that tangent because I feel like that's another.
I got you. I like the
topic.
platform that he's giving to them.
Yeah.
But do
Okay, watch this,
the
watch
beginner
this.
actors need to be
I was an
lead
actor.
roles?
I was an actor. No, for real, I really was. SAG and everything. I was registered. I did commercials and everything, and I was in a few movies. So watch this. But I never forget, my mom made me invest. Well, she invested in me to go to certain teaching sessions. Aaron Spellings was one of the top producers back in the day. I had to go through some of his courses in order to get back out there on the platform because watch this. And everything that we do, that's almost like saying buy my music, even though I'm trying to learn how to sing.
Right.
You shouldn't do that. You should learn how to sing before you have a request for people to buy your music.
And make them extras or supporting roles instead of leading shows that are not going to sustain.
Let's stay focused.
I got you. Moment
So
in the
they're saying
office.
that Tyler puts out too much too fast and it isn't focused as it used to be, which is why the messages are skewed. So
I got it. Okay.
Positive messages in TV. Let's get back.
So let's get back to positive messages on TV. Got it. Okay. So when you see things out there, to me, when you see things out there, there's always something to be said about what's being shown. I'm gonna say that again. There's always something to be said about what is shown. It's coming up with these concepts of what is produced, and I think that's my challenge. My challenge is like when I look at stuff like Splurge. Is it called Splurge? What's the show where they have 24 hours of murders and stuff? Surge.
The Purge.
The Purge.
Purge.
The Purge. I said Splurge, huh? The Purge. All right. When I'm watching The Purge, you know what I'm thinking to myself? In The Purge, all I'm thinking is, a lot of it is related back to what TV has done, the images portraying, and what I'm really nervous about is, I got a 13-year-old. And my question is, when she turns 18, where where's the market going to be for us now as black people, black women? What will be the expectation of black men for black women when she turns 18 years old? That's my challenge. That's my fear. That's my hardship, because I really am thinking not about just today. If society is consistently getting more advanced, more skewed, what becomes when my daughter or some of my friends' daughters are older? What would be their expectation? Talk to me on that. What y'all thinking about that one? First, all I'm thinking is something that's related back to what TV
I
has
think
done.
that when she's at that age, I feel like for me, because I'm a mentor, I believe like a lot of stuff happens at home. So I know that your daughter's not going to have that issue, but it's going to have to start at home, because the internet and social media can't raise our kids, and we can't rely on these people, these TV shows, or whatever the case may be, to be that voice for our kids. So I feel like that part starts at home. But I honestly don't know what it's going to look like, because when I was on MySpace years ago.
MySpace, yep, I remember that one.
So
I had a choker on MySpace. I literally had a choker on. It was like this tight. I saw it the other day. I was like, wow, what was I doing? That thing was choking. I couldn't even swallow. I had a little, you remember them beaded chokers everybody used to wear? Y'all remember
that picture with you and Pastor Greg?
You did that loud?
Wow.
You did that loud? So we do that loud on live. Really?
Okay, so back to my point. When I was on MySpace,
Wow.
social media was nowhere near what it was today. I mean, to think about it, we were coding, and we were doing like stuff that we black girls were coding. We didn't even know we were coding. We had the stars falling and the music playing in the background. And we just actually got on there to socialize with our friends.
Right.
And then when after MySpace, I got to college, I was like, oh, because at first Facebook was just for college students.
College students, right.
And so then, like, when I got to college, I got a Facebook, and again, it was just for, like, communication and, you know, keeping up with family and friends. But I just think that at some point, we're going to have to just monitor what our kids do. Like, people should be doing that now.
Can we? Because here's the truth. Okay, so I think about my daughter, right? So she's 13. I think about my niece. She's what? 6. So I think about my daughter and my niece. Both of them can tell you every song on the radio they know, right, verbatim. They can both tell you every dance. They can both tell you just about any TV show that's out there. Is it possible? Because society keeps giving us all our information right where we are. Is it possible to monitor anymore? Okay, I got some other, I can't say that out loud. Okay, so I know some people that are very, very young kids. They know every cuss word, where to use them at, and how to use them. They use them better than I used to, or sometimes I do. They use them better than me. So I'm sitting here saying, wow, how did you learn how to cuss like that? Because your parents don't cuss like that, but it's YouTube clips. I mean, like, these different things that should be used to help educate them, and you can't lock them out and make it where you can't get involved in this. But at the same time, it's very alarming and very damaging to our population that this is so readily available to them. So what do we do with that? Because I'm trying, Mo, and watch this. Even in the watch, because I do want to stand against the theory of they raised in a good home, so they're gonna be good. Yeah, but when? Because I believe that they will come back around, but sometimes they come back around when too much has been damaged.
Right.
You know, so single parent households, to me, in this society, are really no more at a deficit than those who are in a two-person household. So the husband and wife's household is really the same, because society has made everything right in our kids' faces. And society is painting a picture for how our kids are going to think, what they're going to say, how they, like, just look at the statistics. Talks about social media and how much of an effect it has against the mental. A lot of our kids are depressed, suicidal. It's giving messages and directional messages. And I'm seeing the same thing that is playing out for how they're trying to make the black woman be? And it frustrates me. Here's the reason why it frustrates me. Not because I'm on some soapbox and I'm mad about what the black women are looking like, because I'm against black women. It frustrates me because I know it's not true.
Right.
It's not a true case. That is not who black women are. No, black women are some of the most resilient women in the world. They're able to stand. They're very creative. They are phenomenal. But I hate what social media and what our media sources is painting them to be.
Agreed.
This is a long discussion. It can go on forever.
It can go on.
We got
I
to
think
quit
you
though.
should make it an episode where you could bring in a panel of black women.
A panel of black women, let's talk.
Yeah.
I like that. Y'all like that? We can bring in a panel of black women. We can talk about this because this is something that, in the words of Dougie Fresh, needs to be heard. It needs to be heard. That was lame. That was corny. Lame.
It was you.
It was me. So what is that?
Lame.
It was you.
Oh, so I'm lame?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm lame. All right.
Own it.
Next subject.
Own it.
I'm lame. All right. I guess I did my don't cancel me culture.
Yeah.
I kind of did it when I was talking about the fact of black women, let's demand better. And watch this. Entertainment is great, but what is it costing us? What is the entertainment that we are giving ourselves costing us? Because a lot of us, be it parents, that we're allowing our kids to be entertained through devices so we can have our own life to do, because we're so, which is a whole different discussion. I think when you're a parent, you are literally submitting to settling yourself down to raise somebody else who didn't ask to come.
Yeah.
That's parenting. Parenting is not I birthed them and I dressed them well. That is not parenting. Settling your life down, taking a step back, and working everything for 18 years to make sure that they're good so they can be successful in their life. That's parenting to me. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us are parenting through devices. And as we're parenting through devices, it's giving us the free time, but at what expense? What is it costing us at the same time as well? So that's my parenting piece. But we're going to jump back into that, and we got to be really careful because entertainment can erode our evolving in the new year if we're not careful. It can mess us up. And we got to really mention and give some type of recognition to what it could be doing. All right. So last but not least, I want to end today on some good personal highlights. I hope y'all enjoyed that today. Personal highlights. 2021 has been great. And I want everybody to do this today before 12 o'clock hits. Before 12 o'clock hits, I need you to do this today. I want you to write down 12 things that were very instrumental for you in 2021. Your 12 and 12s, all right? Let's all coin that. 12 and 12s. Matter of fact, put that in the tagline. I'm going to do my own 12 and 12s. So, doing our 12 and 12s. Let me give you my 12 and 12s. These are 12 things that really were instrumental for me and monumental for me in this year. The first thing is, in January, I became the African American Council of Christian Clergy president for Central Florida. Something that I'm really happy to walk into this seat of. It's a very challenging course, but it's something that I'm walking out. It is a coalition of pastors that I oversee, and we're doing some phenomenal things. I have a phenomenal team of pastors here in Central Florida that's really helping us make a tremendous difference. So I was really happy about that. Number two for me was I got a chance to sit on Orange County Task Force this year, which is another great piece for me that this was the task force talking about violence that is taking place in our communities and how can we help curb some of the violence in our communities. It was a long panel, but it was a place that I got a chance to give back. Didn't receive any money from it. It's not a money position. It was a good steward and citizens position that I was selected by our Orange County mayor to be a part of. Number three, I was really happy my namesake, my son, graduated from high school. Graduated from high school, did a very good job in high school, graduated, very proud of him. I have no bad comments about my son through high school age. Don't have none. He did a great job. Basketball player, great student, smart. He didn't produce no babies. I don't have nothing to complain about with him. Now he's at FAM now. He's a freshman at FAM. We're believing God for the same thing.
Amen.
No babies.
Hallelujah.
Hello. No babies. No babies. No babies. But also looking for good grades from him and just high expectations from him. So really happy about that. That was my third thing. The fourth thing was something personal for me, and it also helped impact my ministry, which was my consecration. So in the month of June, I got consecrated to the office of bishop. Bishop, put it on my name.
Okay.
Bishop. All right, and so I became a bishop in June, a high honor, very humbling place. It was just an elevation of platform to be able to serve even greater. So that's the bishop role. Also, summer months, man, for years I wanted to go to Hawaii. Went to Hawaii, flew first class, so it was nice. Lay back in them chairs like this right here, and they keep laying back. I mean, they laid back. They fanned me on the plane. Listen, like I was in somebody's restaurant. Listen, do you hear me? Food was good. All right, food was good all the time. Food was good. So went to Hawaii. Me and the wife went to Hawaii. Had a great time in Hawaii as well. September, I was happy. I was nominated as also for Men of Honor for Onyx. So it was a real happy time. I do a lot for others, and whenever you get recognized, it's always a privilege to me, and it's a very humbling place for me that somebody else recognized the work that you do. So Onyx Magazine, thank you all so very much. That was another great thing. Family and Friends Weekend, something I've been wanting to pull off for years. We did this year at great levels. Family and Friends Day, weekend for the church. We took kind of the Tom Joyner Family Union kind of concept, and we made it for our church. We took the members out to a hotel. They all had their rooms. We were downstairs playing games, fellowshipping, eating. Good time. Next year gonna be crazy. So go ahead and circle that date. I don't know the date, but just circle September. Second weekend of September. We're gonna do it again. But great time, family, friends. Here's something that some people wouldn't think was a great occasion for me, but I think it's great. The homegoing of my Aunt Sharon. Able to eulogize her because it further solidifies my stance on death. I believe death is necessary and death is good. Death is good for the believer. And so being able to see her go from suffer to reward was very honoring to me. To be able to be the person to do it was very soothing to me. And I was happy that God used me to even speak into my family's life about, hey, this is the destination and desire for all of us. All right, so it's my aunt's homegoing. The next thing was Florida Classic. Had a new experience this year. Been wanting to do this for years. Did this year, y'all. I always wanted to do an RV for FAMU games. Listen, had a blast. Stayed in the RV out there. Had a huge RV this year. We cooked outside. Kids fellowship. All these TVs all through the RV. Great time. Went into the stadium. And did I tell y'all yet? The Bethune-Cookman lost real bad. Yeah, it was a great year for the Rattlers. So had a great time. That's right. You're a Cookman. You're a Wildcat. That's right. I forgot. You had that little school over there.
Focus.
I am focused. Look at us. See, Cookman people always one word. Focused. Irritating. That's all they say. Just aggravating. That's all they say. One words. All right. So family, we have sentences. All right. So but had a great time at Florida Classic. After that, man, listen. This year, another highlight was going to DC. Went to DC. Why was it such a highlighting experience for me? Because I had a chance to take my mom. I flew my mom to DC. My mom had never flown first class. Took her and the whole family first class. I put them up in a very nice hotel, literally across the street from the White House. We was at the JW Marriott. If you're ever in DC, nice hotel, go stay there. All right, so we stayed at JW Marriott, had a chance to get this huge suite, and just the family laid out for Thanksgiving. We had no plans but to go. All right, we went up there. We saw Gabrielle. That's where her little people from, and we was up there in the DC area, but just had a good time. The reason why that was so beneficial to me is we did something on Thanksgiving morning. We got on scooters and we rode around the city in DC on those scooters, and it was just good to see my mom, who last year in December we was praying that she was gonna make it because of her heart problems that she was having. But to see that she was out riding scooters, she almost fell like 3 times when we first started. Lord, I was like, lady, don't fall up here in DC, because after I finish my laugh, I got to get you to the hospital. And so, just to see my mom having a good time, my sisters, my brothers, my brother, my kids, my wife, and then Gabby, of course, they was all with us in DC. So had a great time. And Sharon, Sharon is another member of the family. Sharon is the member of the family that we're trying to figure out who gave her papers, but she's in our family some kind of way. Sharon, we love you. All right, and so that was that. And then, of course, my wife turned 50 this year. She literally looks 30s, maybe 20s, late 20s. No, I'm not gonna say 25. Don't blow ahead. So she looks 30s, maybe late 20s, like 28, 29.
26.
No, 28, 29. I'm not giving her 25. 28, 29. But birthday celebrations for her, and we did quite a few things. It was a great time for us. We really enjoyed ourselves as well for her birthday celebration. Also got a chance to buy her truck that she wanted. So I bought her dream truck in the year 2021. She's watching. So I had a great time with her. And again, aging backwards, so I hope that I look that good when I turn that age. That's her thing. Y'all, do you know that she signed me up for AARP?
Yeah, she should.
She signed me up for AARP.
Don't you
I was like, no, you don't have to be 50, I learned. You can be married to a 50-year-old.
Oh, wow.
And you can get AARP. So guess what? Benefits. I'm looking forward to it. That's right. Give me that rental car. Cheap. I want to eat. Listen, I want to eat.
So you get a senior discount now.
I get senior discounts. No, that's 65.
That's 65.
That's 65.
Look at him. He was ready to jump on that senior discount.
Shoot,
He walked right into it.
I'll be going to eat tomorrow. I walk in the later. I'm coming to eat. Right here. So really happy about that. That was wrong. I was wrong for that. I'm sorry. I'm going to overeat. Okay, so but I did it twice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so the wife's birthday, and then of course I was really happy this year. We ended the year Season's Blessings, the largest one we've ever done. It was literally phenomenal. Sponsorships was killer this year. Partnerships was great. Had guest pastors that flew into town or came to town as well to be with us to learn the model that we're doing. Looking at doing some franchising for it next year. So this has been a great year for us. I hope that you have caught something from today. It's been a great time. What time is it? It's late in the day. I ain't been on the court yet. I got to hustle to the mall. I got to get me a short set. No, for real, y'all. Tonight, I thought I'd be up there. But tonight, this ain't touchscreen. It ain't touchscreen. But tonight, I want y'all to join me. I'm going to be at Evans High School. It's going to be bananas. You ain't got nothing to do. Make plans to join us for watch night. Yeah, New Year's Eve celebration. Evans High School night, 9:33. It's going to be good. Bring you some sneakers. Bring you some sneaks. All right? You can wear whatever you want to wear, but put some sneakers on with it because we're having a sneaker ball. It's going to be great. I love each and every one of y'all. Please make sure you share it to somebody else. Go follow me on my YouTube page. Go follow me, Derek L. McRae, on YouTube. Go follow me on that page as well. Just make sure you're connecting with us. All right? Ring that bell at the top. Ding! Ring the bell so you get the notifications when it's coming out because Unscripted is every Friday at 7 o'clock. I put up 8 fingers, but 7 o'clock.
All right, brother man.
This 7 o'clock. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
On
Don't
the
do that.
fifth floor.
Don't do that. That's a DC education. All right, so don't do that. All right, so that's what we got going on. Love each and every one of y'all for real. Have a super fantastic new year. I love y'all and I'm praying for you. Let's stay connected this year. Big things are happening. All right, bye-bye.